Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us here. We just wanted to give you a little storm update, kind of getting past this first round now of wintry weather and a little bit of a break. And the second round is on the way for later tonight and into early tomorrow. That one's going to be pretty impactful. Right now, 19 degrees in St. Charles. That's what we have. In fact, temperatures are right around 20 across most of the area. There are still some snow showers and snow flurries around. There's still a little bit of a mixture going south and east of St. Louis. But the bottom line here is most of the significant precipitation from this first wave, that's come to an end. Now we're waiting on the next wave, which will be later tonight and into tomorrow. So you see that 19 degrees right now. That's certainly not helping the road crews, but what is helping them, the few people that are out and about, that's been a good sign for us. And you can see right now, as you take a look at that shot, you just have a few people that were walking along and just one little car there going down Main Street. Well, he thought he was going to turn and decided that, hey, that's a hill. It's covered with ice. I'm not going up it. Here comes a Jeep. We'll see how he fares. So in O'Fallon, Missouri, almost 4 inches of snow reported so far. St. Peter's, about 3.5. Your amounts may vary at your location. We've seen a lot of that across the area. Elsa, Illinois, coming in with 4 inches. Carlinville, 3.5 inches. Here's the top one. Louisiana, this is the highest we've seen so far. That is up in Pike County, Missouri at 11.5 inches. Frankfort, Missouri at 9.5 inches. Get into St. Charles County and St. Paul, we're talking 5.5 inches. Cottleville at 4. Wentzville earlier was reporting 3 to 4 inches of snow as well. Now, some of our cameras around the area, you can see, obviously, the ground is much whiter in Wentzville. It's a thicker coating of snow there. Down towards Farmington, you had the freezing rain and the sleet, and then eventually went over to a little bit of snow, but much of that was sleet. And even in Highland, Illinois, it was a combination of sleet and snow. The cold air has now advanced across the entire region. We're all in the upper teens to lower 20s, and we're really not going to see much change on that as we head through the evening and the overnight hours. Scanning all the radars across the area, again, yes, we still have a few snow flurries here and there, but between now and 8, 9, 10 o'clock tonight, there's not going to be much in terms of accumulating snowfall here. We're pushing that off to the east, and the air is getting cold enough where as you get along the Interstate 57 corridor, you've managed to see more of a changeover to sleet and to snow from what you were looking at earlier, which was for a while mostly freezing rain. Now, that's wave number 1. Here's wave number 2, and you see it lining up down in Oklahoma City towards Dallas, down towards San Angelo, Texas. Snows back up towards Lubbock and Amarillo. This is all sliding northeast, and the heaviest band of precip with this is going to slide up Highway 44 right into St. Louis overnight. And this round will be mostly snow for the metro area. There'll be some sleet for areas southeast of St. Louis, but it'll be mostly snow for the metro area. So right now and through the evening hours, really not much in the way of precipitation, just mainly cloudy. We should see the snow increasing here towards midnight, and it could be heavier as we get into those hours around and after midnight. And moderate to heavy snow is likely through the early morning rush hour Thursday. It will slowly start to diminish around lunchtime tomorrow. Now, we haven't made a lot of changes to our storm totals here. One thing we did do, obviously up in Pike County, you already have 11.5 inches as you get up to Louisiana. So 10 to 15 inches. We backed it off a little bit instead of the 18 because tonight you won't get the heaviest of the snow. That'll be a little farther to the south. Parts of St. Charles County already pushing 6 inches. You have another 4 to 8 on the way tonight. So we're thinking 8 to 12 is still a pretty good bet there. Now, the problem has been south and southeast of St. Louis, where we've had more of that sleet mixed in and the freezing rain, and you haven't had nearly as much in terms of accumulation here going down towards Farmington, St. Genevieve, over towards Centralia and Salem. But as we head into tonight and tomorrow, we're looking at another 3 to 8 inches of snow and sleet combined there. And then you get a little farther south and it'll be more sleet as you get down towards Lesterville, Annapolis, Fredericktown, Perryville, and that'll tend to hold your accumulations down somewhat. So this evening, that first wave continues to press away. Here's our future cast, kind of timing it out for you. We're quiet through 8, 9 o'clock. Then the next wave starts to push in from the southwest, coming right up Highway 44. See where temperatures are? They haven't moved. They're holding nearly steady, upper teens, low 20s. This should be a pretty light, fluffy snow around the St. Louis area, points north and west. Now, we do think there's sleet mixed in, again, down towards Farmington, maybe even up towards Deloge and heading towards Nashville, Illinois. That may be the northern extent of the sleet. And then as we go through tomorrow morning, even those areas southeast of St. Louis, we'll see a changeover from the sleet or the sleet-snow mix to mostly snow as we push this system away. By lunchtime into the afternoon, north and west of St. Louis, we're winding things down. Metro areas should see pretty quiet weather later on tomorrow evening. So that kind of brings us back to our updated forecast, which is what we're going with this evening. And it really hasn't changed from what we initially went with as our 2-day storm total from last night through today, carrying us into tomorrow. Really 4 to 12 inches as you go from most of our southern counties into the St. Louis area, where we start to pick up that 8 to 12 inches as you get north and west of the arch and get back out along the Missouri River. We did lower the amounts, the high-end amounts, up towards Troy and Bowling Green to maybe be less than 15 inches, but you're already in some cases over 10, so you don't have to get much to get up to that 15-inch mark by the time everything's said and done. So bottom line is we have time right now to, kind of catch a break from the precip. The road crews are trying to get this first wave that we've seen in the accumulations off the roads at the moment. And so then they'll get set and get ready. The next round of workers will show up for the overnight shift, and they're going to have their hands full while this is coming down overnight and early tomorrow morning. And as long as it's coming down, and we think it's going to be coming down at a pretty heavy, steady clip through most of the night and into early tomorrow morning, roads are just flat out going to be bad, especially since temperatures are going to be in the upper teens to around 20 degrees. So road crews will have a hard time keeping up with it. Once it lets up around or after lunchtime tomorrow, then conditions will improve some. So that's where we are right now. We're in kind of the lull between the two systems, which we were expecting. It's working out as expected forecast-wise. I think some areas southeast of St. Louis didn't see quite as much sleet as we thought you would see. But the other good news is we haven't had a whole lot of reports of widespread power outages either because of the freezing rain. So it seemed like the areas that did get the freezing rain, it was coming down fast enough, because when you get it to fall very heavily, or, instead of like more of the mist, which will stick and freeze everything, when you're getting the heavier rain, it tends to roll off before it can freeze on the power line. So that was, I guess, a good thing in a way. But we're in that lull right now. It'll pick back up late tonight, and then we'll get active here overnight tonight into tomorrow with mostly snow for St. Louis, south and southeast of St. Louis, the snow to sleet mix, and then to sleep for a while down towards Farmington over to Nashville before you actually make the switch back to mostly snow to wind this system down. We'll see you at 4 o'clock with a complete update on 5 on Your Side. And of course, you can follow us on social media and KSTK.com and the 5 on Your Side app. The other thing, we want to see your pictures. Use the Near Me button on the 5 on Your Side app. Send us your snow pictures. It's Groundhog Day. Send us your pictures of your cats and dogs standing outside, not seeing their shadow, indicating that we will begin spring sooner rather than later, right? Okay, we'll see you in a little bit.